sponsored by 2-Bit Punks. If you like video game streaming, 2-Bit Punks is the channel for you, twitch.tv/2bitpunks. This is Half Witty Banter Podcast, episode 20, with Cory Langhals!
What's up? What's up?
What's up, dude?
How you doing?
It's been a while. Good. Cheers, man.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks for being on the podcast.
My first podcast experience.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're freshy.
Yeah, I am.
That's good. That's good. Popping that podcast cherry. We like to do that here at Half Witty Banter. I don't know that I've ever had a guest who's been on a podcast before this one. Maybe.
About to throw one of our other friends under the bus, but this is a little bit more professional than when Zach tried to start his podcast, and we sat around the table all drunk with a recorder.
Well, you have been on one then. Did it not air?
No, none of it ever aired.
Well, that's fine. Sometimes that's better. You know, you're like, oh, that was garbage. Man. I went to E3 last year, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. For those of you at home who do not know, I had like aspirations to release all this footage and audio. I took all this stuff down there, and I actually recorded quite a bit. Like I went around to different gamers and like asked them how they were like in E3 and stuff. Recorded it. It's just sitting on a hard drive. I haven't done anything with it. I was like, I don't have time to edit all that. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I think I did like 10 hours or something.
That is a lot.
No, I wasn't going to go through that.
You record it for 10 hours, then you have to listen to it for at least 10 hours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At least.
It's a lot of time.
At least. Usually double. But back when I wasn't doing this podcast live, what a mistake. Younger, dumber Tristan. I was spending like 4 hours editing the podcast and then just getting it online and doing all that stuff and then updating the website. Because I do have a website, which I have not been putting the live episodes on. I'd have to make a new page for every guest, write out the description, put that on YouTube as well. Like, it just took a long time. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
You listen to any podcasts?
Yeah, a little bit. Nothing too exciting. Some sports, stocks.
That's exciting. Don't lead off with nothing too exciting. Do you think it's exciting?
Sometimes.
Well, there you go. Sports are exciting, man. That's what it's all about.
True, yeah.
Did you watch March Madness?
No. NBA guy. I know.
Dude,
I'm crazy.
Good. It was good this year, and I don't usually watch it, so.
I get a lot of pushback. The no defense. I can't believe you watch the NBA. Blah,
yeah.
Blah, blah.
Well, I'd be more like the no basketball. I can't believe you watch the NBA. It's like watching superhero TV shows. You know who the superhero is at the beginning, and guess what? At the end, they're usually the superhero too.
That's a good point.
They sell shoes.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
They make a lot of money selling shoes.
Yeah, dude, I like NBA apparel. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
but I can't fault you for liking it. I just hope it gets a little bit better. I feel like when we were kids, it was really good. You know, like the MJ era, John Stockton.
Yeah, I hear that a lot too.
Yeah, everybody says that.
Well,
I think it's bullshit.
I like the new era.
Better?
I think it's better, yeah.
What's better about the new era?
Better spacing on the floor.
Oh, really?
I think that makes the defenses look worse because the offenses are so good. You surround guys like James Harden, LeBron James, some of these guys with 4 shooters, which they just didn't do in the 90s, and it's very difficult for anyone to stop.
Yeah. Well, people argue that basketball players or athletes in general were tougher in the past, but how can that be true? From a genetic standpoint, wouldn't you think that they'd only get better?
Yeah, and all of the training that they have these days, what they know about nutrition, recovery. I just don't see it.
I think it makes sense, the argument that they make, though, because if you think about it, like people will be like, well, these athletes can play forever, and they make all these rules so that, you know, they don't get hurt as much, but you're right. A lot of it is just scientific advancement. And that's the reason they can play forever is because they're superheroes now for real. Like, we're pumping them up full of all these awesome nutrients and shit.
Yeah, LeBron's in like a cryogenic freeze chamber or whatever after his games, and yeah.
Yeah, it didn't save his hair though, did it?
Something else.
What up, LeBron?
Something else did though.
Yeah, stem cells. I think I could use some stem cells.
His hairline looks better now than it did 10 years ago.
Yeah, he's gonna have like fucking pooped up in the front, gelling that shit up, you know? Look like name of some boy band frontman. Can't think of any right now. It's like One Direction. I was trying to go there. Zach? Is that the dude?
From a boy band?
Yeah, One Direction.
Oh, I don't know.
Remember, there's like one dude all the little kids liked, you know? I don't know. Can't remember.
NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Oh yeah, bye.
I don't know any of the other boy bands. I don't even know which guys were in those boy bands.
That's true. I don't either. I don't know which one's which. Which one was Justin Timberlake in? I want to say Backstreet Boys because that seems like the better one, and 98 Degrees was like the knockoff Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you. He might have been in 98 Degrees. Seems almost unimportant.
Right.
But yeah, sports podcasts I think are exciting. I listen to some of those mostly during football season so I can get the fantasy lowdown.
Yeah.
Which is a disease, fantasy football, man. I love it. It's an addiction. It's terrible.
Yeah. I 100% agree.
Scratching that itch like all the time. I need more. Where is it? Where's the Pat Mayo hour? You ever watch that one or listen to that one? Oh, dude. It was so good. He stopped doing it. He got hired by DraftKings, I think, now. And he's one of their dudes.
Yeah.
But the Pat Mayo hour is RIP. It's no more.
I usually just listen to the ESPN one with Matt Berry.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys crack me up. They're pretty funny.
Matt Berry the bald one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see ESPN that much because I don't have cable.
Yeah, me either.
And I hear it's on the way out.
Yeah. Which
is kind of sad because their graphics are dope as fuck. You know, like all their sporting events they cover and all the commercials and all the.
Are you talking about ESPN in general?
Yeah. The graphics that they use on all their.
I think they're coming out with a new streaming service, I think, right? Like $6 a month or something.
Oh, they're going to charge for it?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know about that.
I think that's like the same price they get from cable packages right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying like all their content will be available on streaming online? Okay. I thought it was like something like a supplement or something they were going to charge for.
No, it'll be completely separate from your cable package. So
that's a good idea.
Cord cutters like you and I, if we wanted ESPN, we could pick up that option.
Yeah.
Which I probably still won't do, but.
I might. I don't know. Kind of like sports now more than ever, I'd say.
Yeah.
I've started to watch, this was probably my first year of March Madness since high school that I actually watched, and I loved it.
It was a good year.
Yeah.
We were out of the country though, so I didn't even fill out a bracket.
That's right, India, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about India. So you went there for a wedding?
Yeah. So we went there. We had like 3 days in Delhi for a wedding. One of my classmates at Ohio State, and then his wife is originally from Mumbai, and she has some family in Delhi. So they had the wedding in Delhi.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know anything about Indian weddings, but I
don't know anything about India.
Huge events.
Indian weddings. Yeah.
So
Delhi sounds like one of the major cities, though. Is it the capital?
Well,
we are stupid.
Right?
That's all right. It's okay. We're from America. They expect that of us.
I think they probably do.
We could be president.
They actually do know who the president is.
So I don't doubt that.
I'll get into that a little bit, I guess. But yeah, either Mumbai or Delhi is a capital. I'm not sure which one. I think Delhi is more populated.
Okay.
But I don't know which one's the capital. But yeah, so they're like 3 or 4 day events, and there's multiple ceremonies. You get dressed up for all of them, have food and drinks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like 20 hours of travel to get there, and we get to our hotel at like 1 o'clock in the morning, wake up at 10, go directly to the first event, and immediately they are walking around with like hors d'oeuvres and feeding us drinks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had a pretty good buzz going by like, I don't know, 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then you eat a big dinner there, it's like a lunch, I guess. They have buffet and stuff. And then you go back, change, take a nap, and do it all again that night. And the next night there's an event. And then the next day there was a luncheon.
So I already have a lot of dumb questions.
Yeah.
So when you say dress up, did you wear a suit still? Was it like a suit and tie wedding like you would do here in America? Or did you actually wear like Indian garb? Yeah, so
it was kind of a mix. The first event, the one that was like during lunch, everyone wore Indian attire, even the Americans that were there. So it was Nabila, which is Randy's wife. Nabila's grandma bought everyone an outfit for that.
Good
So
Lord.
like Jackie and I had an outfit. Some of the other people that we were there with,
You shared one outfit, so it was like one of those twin things
Yeah.
where you're both in the same.
Not so much.
I feel like it'd
So
be hard
I
to
had
dance
like
there to teach you new dances.
I had like this long shirt that looks almost like a dress, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's got some buttons up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
With like white pajama pants is, I guess, kind of how I'd describe it.
Okay. Are there specific like colors you have to wear those things? Like if you're on the groom side or the bride side, or
they're actually like all different colors. That event is supposed to just be really colorful, so there was like really bright greens, blues, yellows, oranges. Everyone there was wearing different colors.
Okay.
The women all get their henna tattoos at that event.
Yeah.
So that was actually really cool.
All the women or like the bridesmaids?
There wasn't really bridesmaids.
Okay.
So it was just like any of the women that were invited to that event.
Yeah.
They all got henna tattoos on their hands. And then Nabila had her hands, arms, legs, feet, all of it. So
wow, that's cool.
She was sitting there for, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours probably getting her henna tattoos done.
That sounds pretty terrible.
It was intense.
Were people feeding her drinks while this was happening?
Yeah.
Okay. That was my second question. What kind of drinks were you having? Because I assume it wasn't like Budweiser.
Yeah, the beer was mostly Kingfisher.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that. I haven't had it though, I don't think. Was it good?
Yeah, it tasted just like a normal like American lager.
Okay.
It was good. And then they had a full bar basically. They had a whiskey, a rum, a gin, a vodka.
Nice.
And then they had like some preset drinks that the bride and the groom had already like concocted and put on a menu, so you could order those, or you could just ask them like, "Hey, can I get a, rum and coke or
did the groom
whiskey
like
coke?"
specifically bring any like American booze for his drink and be like, so there's this one which you never heard of, and like Jack Daniels.
There was Jack Daniels. I don't know if it was because of him or not. Apparently in India, Johnny Walker Black Label is like a thing.
Oh yeah.
So we've seen a lot of that. And they had that at all the events, which I drank a lot of. I probably had a bottle myself.
Do you like Johnny Walker generally? Or?
Yeah.
See, I don't.
Really?
As far as Scotch goes, I'm not into it.
Did you try like the different?
I've had red, black, and I think blue. And I don't. Yeah, I'm not. It's when it comes to Scotch, I generally like the other ones. Now that being said, I haven't had it in a while. Taste buds change, and people get smarter or dumber as time goes on. I might like it now for any of those reasons, but I don't know. Can't be sure. But in the past, I haven't really liked it that much.
Yeah, I hadn't actually had a lot. So I think the only other time that I probably drank Johnny Walker was on my honeymoon in Jamaica. So I hadn't drank a lot of it, but that weekend I drank a bunch.
Nice. And you went with your wife and your sister and her husband, right?
Correct. So
generally, I don't use names unless we're sure that the people would want to be.
Yeah, I don't think they'll care if we mention them.
I probably wouldn't care at all. I wasn't going to be the one to do it. I didn't go on the trip.
Yeah, so I guess for anybody who's listening, my brother-in-law and I went to school with Randy, so the 4 of us went together. Made it a lot easier for us to commit to a trip all the way across the world since we had somebody to go with.
Sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. So back to the clothes, I guess, for a second. The other events, the more formal events, they kind of left it up to the guests to determine how they wanted to dress. So I wore a suit to both of the next 2 events.
Okay. And they were looking at you like, what are you doing?
No,
You're supposed to wear the same outfit. She just bought you that.
So actually, some of the Indian men were also wearing suits.
I would assume so.
Yeah. So, but it was a mix of half and half, probably.
Okay.
And then
any really outlandish outfits in that portion where they're like, choose your own, and they're like, well, this is my weird cousin or my Aunt Millie, and she was wearing like some weird like giant flowers, bikini or something weird like that.
There was a guy wearing some like parachute pants things that were
Hammer Time.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like.
Nice.
But no, I'm not saying that in a bad way. It
No,
was
hey.
just interesting.
You know what?
But I tell you what,
When
they
it's your
must have
choice,
been, they must have been
you can't be
comfortable
wrong.
because that man could break it down on the dance floor.
No kidding.
Yeah, and he was like
Oh,
probably 60. I don't know.
well,
And
good
he
for
was
him,
out
man.
there.
That's amazing. Well, that's it makes sense then. I mean, it kind of fits. Older styles, we don't understand. Of course, they're weird looking.
Yeah, right.
What color were these parachute pants?
Black.
Black. Okay, well, that's not as exciting as I had hoped, but I'm still happy about it. I was hoping it was like something metallic, gold, silver, shiny.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Not quite.
Maybe on my trip to India.
Right? Yeah. You do it your way then.
That's what I'll be rocking. Like, when's the second day of the wedding? Let's do this.
Yeah.
It's a party foul.
What's a party foul?
I bumped the mic. Probably didn't come across. But anyways, cool. What was the best thing about India?
It's hard to say.
Your favorite right now. First thing that popped into your head when I said that.
Probably just the beach. So
Wow, I would not have expected that answer.
Yeah, we went from Delhi, which is super crowded city. Traffic is insane there.
Dude, I bet.
To we spent a day like traveling. We went to Agra to see the Taj Mahal, which was incredible.
Yeah.
And we flew to the southwest coast of India and stayed at like a resort that was just like maybe 200 feet from the beach. And it was just a very chill area. You go out on the beach and there were just like hundreds of these beach shacks that were like, it was like, I don't even know how to explain them. They'd be like if you were walking down a beach and seen like it was almost like a glorified like chicken stand or something. I don't know if you've ever been to like Jamaica or Aruba and they have like these tiki huts and stuff where it's like, there's no walls. It's just like a...
Okay, I know what you're talking about, but I haven't been there.
Yeah. So, but you can go up to any of them, and they all have like a different menu, and they serve beer. So we would just we would just walk up and down the beach and go from one to one, and like we would order, a couple different meals. Maybe we would order 2 or 3 meals. We would pass them around, share them. We would each have like 2 or 3 beers, and then we would get our bill, and it would be like 1,900 rupees or whatever, which sounds like a bunch, but it
sounds like Legend of Zelda.
It's like $21.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, oh, Link, I got a lot of those. Do they transfer if I hand them to you in a Nintendo cartridge? Great jokes. All these jokes and more on Half Woody Banter Podcast. Stay tuned. That's cool, man. That sounds great.
Yeah.
What else
it
about
was
India?
like super cheap.
Was Delhi really touristy, would you say?
No, I would not say that. We actually got stopped quite a bit because we were American, and people would like it was really random. They would want to just take pictures with us.
Oh man, really?
Especially with Greg.
Because he has a beard?
Yeah, I think it's because of his beard.
That's hilarious.
Which kind of caught us off guard at first, but by the end, we're like...
Yeah, Greg's right. Just like, I'm good now. It's cool. Let's do it.
He had a really hard time saying no.
I bet.
So there's a lot of people in India that have pictures with Greg now.
You should have started playing up and like, oh, you recognize me from YouTube? Yeah. It starts a YouTube channel just so you can say that. Like, oh yeah, just subscribe to my page here. And you have like 100 followers by the end of the trip.
Right.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be fun.
Like, they call me the beard. Oh man.
That's awesome. We got some craft beers and stuff when we were there too, which was surprising.
Oh really?
Yeah, there was a beer company called Bira, and they made a blonde and a wheat and a white ale.
Huh? Is it 2 R's?
No, it was BIRA.
Okay.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
If any of the listeners
Are they large?
see a Bira around, they're good.
Do they export to the U.S.?
I'm kind of doubting it.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't know if maybe you had heard.
I didn't. Say. We said we were gonna look it up, but like our Wi-Fi there was garbage.
Really bad.
It was really
Dude,
bad.
that kind of stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, there should be good internet everywhere. It doesn't make sense now.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like...
So our phones, like our service plans, didn't work at all there. Greg's was supposed to, but it didn't.
Really?
Yeah. Like, the easiest way to say it, I guess, is just that it didn't.
Aren't most of them supposed to now? You just...
Verizon was like, you pay $10 a day, which for how bad the service was, just like didn't make it worth it.
Tried it once and like, nah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I had my phone on airplane mode pretty much the entire trip, but then our resort was supposed to have Wi-Fi. It would work in the middle of the night, which my sleep schedules were so screwed up from being on the other side of the world that like there were times when I was up in the middle of the night, and it was the middle of the day in the United States, so I would be on Snapchat or whatever, like texting my family and sending them pictures.
From you, and I'd be like, oh yeah, they're in India. I kept
like, are they ever coming home?
Yeah, how many texts did you get from me? I'm like, hey, let's go do some shit. I feel like I sent you some, but I don't know. Yeah, but that's funny. Yeah, it's probably because the Wi-Fi, everyone's on it during the day. Yeah, nobody can get service then. It's like an OSU game or something. Just like, nope. Really more in here? No, we need another one. Yeah, we should have done one each. You were right.
I don't know if I was right.
I don't know if you even said that, but I was putting it on you. Whoop. We're drinking Vlad the Impaler for those of you out there that enjoy a fine stout. It's pretty good. I would not recommend the graphic designer that did the cans. Sorry, buddy. But don't like that design. But I gotta say, I like the name of the beer. I think it tastes pretty good. And it's made by Royal Docks Brewing. One of the reasons I don't like the design, as I said earlier, is it's hard to find the company on the can. Why? What do you think? Pretty good?
Yeah, beer's very good.
I'll let you start off. Yeah, so that was a good one.
Yeah.
So would you call yourself a beer connoisseur now?
Not exactly, but I am more of a beer connoisseur than in college when all I drank was Natural Light.
Yeah, a lot of people can say that, I think. I had a fair amount of Keystone in college and a lot of Natural Light with you and a lot of Busch Light. Kind of just depended who released special edition cans, because that works when you're drinking water beer.
Is there any fish on the cans?
Yeah, right? It's like, oh, are these orange? How long are they going to be orange for? Not forever? Oh, we got to buy all we can right now. Like, that shit works for sure.
Well, for a while on the Natty Light cases, then they have like they would have these dumb like definitions or something. It would be like Natapult, and then it would have like the process of throwing a case of Natural Light or whatever. Like,
oh, yep. That was on the commercial too, wasn't it? Where they would like say a couple of them, and it was like, look, you can get the
it's like, oh, look at this is a new one. I got to go buy it. I was going to buy 2 of them anyway because I needed them for the weekend, but.
God damn. Ridiculous. I liked when PBR was doing the thing where under the cap it would have like clubs or hearts or spades and like the number, like the cards, Right. Because you could theoretically play games with those. Generally, I didn't, but it just felt good that it was there, Yeah. So I kind of like that. I think it would be a good idea for beer companies to just, on their cases or their 12 packs or something, have a game you could play with that many beers. Or like you could play with double that many beers, which would make people buy double the amount, right? Right. That would make perfect sense.
The back to the PBRs for a second, though. Mm-hmm. We did like to play see who can build the best hand in an hour. Yeah. And that gave you incentive to drink more because then you got to open more.
You got more around a couple times for that.
More cards if you drink more.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. In an hour, you say. Yeah. How many like PBRs would you purchase for that event?
I would just try to get a full hand.
Yeah, right. So it's 5 in an hour. That that'd probably get you pretty drunk. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah.
Some of our larger friends, maybe not even larger, just ones that drank more. Mm-hmm. They might get 6 or 7 in and got a couple extra chances at hitting their straights or 3 of a kinds or whatever they needed to win. Yeah. Their high fives that we were giving out.
Dude, you could play like Hold'em and shit with that too. That'd be kind of funny if you saved all the bottle caps and you had a whole deck of them. You know? And then you could just actually play cards using those. You just shuffle them around like this on the table, you know?
It'd be very difficult to hold your hand.
Those he is. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't really have to, though. Everyone can remember. Or especially if you're playing Hold'em.
Yeah.
You'd be like, got it. 2 cards. But yeah. What's your favorite drinking game?
My favorite drinking game?
Yeah, wait, let me guess. Beer Die.
I do love Beer Die. That's probably it.
Do you think it is?
Yeah, we had some leftover pieces of IKEA from building a wall closet. Yeah.
I was there.
It's in the basement right now.
Building a wall closet. Leftover pieces become
Beer Die table.
Mm-hmm.
It's legit Beer Die table too.
I feel like you should explain the intricacies of Beer Die right now on the podcast because
that's true. I don't think
a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. So
you could be like, this is a Beer Die table.
Yeah. I know. Most of these people are going to be watching and listening.
Actually, or just like this to where you can see. Boop.
Yeah, so you have your teams on the same side of the table. Each has a glass in front of them, and there's a line down the middle of the table.
Yeah, so in this instance, Cory and I would be on a team, but we'd be like back over here at this end.
Yeah.
And there'd be 2 other people on the other side.
Yeah, and the object of the game is to try to throw the die over your head, well, everyone's head, I guess, into the air, and you want to land it on the other side of the table or in the cups. In your opponent's cup is 2 points. If it hits the table and bounces off and the opponents don't catch it, that's 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rules are that generally you have to catch it with one hand.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to catch the die if it bounces on your side and bounces over.
Yeah.
It has to go over the heads. What happens if it doesn't go over the heads?
It's a foul. I don't know.
Foul, the point doesn't
You can
count.
make up a rule, make them drink or something.
Do they get another shot at it? Or
no.
Is that it? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
No more shots.
And then there's 2 cups, right, on each corner? Or,
right.
Yeah. All right. It's been a while since I played, but
yeah.
I am also playing devil's advocate. Or I don't know if that's what that's called when you're just trying to get people to explain rules. I'm not really like not trying to get you like not arguing a side that I don't believe in. Just trying to figure out rules.
Right.
Did I already line in? Did I say that?
The line is in generally, yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. New game, new drinking game for you to play out there when you're drinking your root beers. So what else, dude? We went to Ohio State together.
I know.
That's where we first met.
A long time ago.
Fell in love immediately in the dorms.
Yeah. That was 11 years ago.
Yep. You and your tall, gangly friend came in, had no idea what to expect.
Pretty wild.
We were insane people who lived in the Moral Tower at Ohio State.
Yeah, we just played Flip Cup every
Endless
Thursday night.
Flip Cup, yeah. I gotta say, I'm not sure if my skills are still there. We might have to figure that out later. See, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't played in a long time.
This is about the amount of people that we played with every week, though.
Yeah, yeah, so... right. It'd be like 2 to 5. Usually, it'd be like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I don't know. Nobody wants to play Flip Cup anymore, and I usually don't push for it because it's a little stressful.
Yeah.
I don't like the team drinking sports because I feel stressed out and I'm going to let my team down. Except beer pong. I mean, usually most people suck at that.
Right.
If you're good at beer pong, usually there's a problem. Like, you're playing way too much beer pong. Like, you're so used to throwing the ball into the cup that it's just natural. Like, whoever's stroking it every time is a veteran. Like a current veteran.
And they're probably not doing so hot in their classes.
No. Definitely not. Or their job.
Or their job.
RL. We're old now, man. We're old.
That's true. That's true.
You feel...
sometimes.
Like right now? Or...
No, not right now.
I feel pretty young right now?
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm out of the house feeling young.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you were saying that earlier. Married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Just bought a house.
You got a cool wife. She likes to party, though.
That's true. And we do have a nice house for partying.
Yeah, I think you guys are, you're an exciting couple.
Yeah.
I would say.
We actually have been really busy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the last, month. I guess we haven't felt that old because we went to India And then since I got back from India, every single day, I think except for one, we've had something going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, I'm glad we got to hang out today because, it's been a while. It's good to see you always. What do you got going on this weekend? You said you're going to Cincinnati?
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me if it's something you can't disclose. But
I don't know. We bought the niece and nephews tickets to the UC United soccer. Yeah.
Okay.
So me and Jacqueline are bringing them to watch the game on Saturday night.
That sounds awesome. Where's the stadium? Is it?
I think they still play at the Bearcat Stadium.
Okay.
Which I don't think they're going to be doing for much longer, but I believe they're still doing. I didn't make the plans though, so I don't have all the details.
Yeah, you a soccer fan?
A little bit, yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard you talk about it, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoy watching the World Cup.
Yeah, me too.
Which this upcoming one won't be quite as exciting as normal.
Why is that, Cory? Why do you think that?
Since we won't have the U.S. to root for.
That's true. How are you going to pick the other team you root for? Germany, because Glandorf, Germany?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think that's a strong choice.
We usually try to do like a pool. So we'll take like probably, I don't know, eight guys or whatever, and we'll all throw in like $20 or something, and we do a snake draft of the teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
you
get like a point for every win in the group play, and then you get additional points for advancing and medaling and stuff like that. So I would probably pick based upon the Bovada odds at the time I'm drafting.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if I said this earlier. I was thinking about it. A lot of times I think things, can't remember if I said them or not because I'm getting old. But I was going to say sports have been more interesting to me lately because I've been gambling more on them.
Yeah.
I'm allowing myself $100 every 6 months to gamble with because I don't want to be a degenerate, but I want to have a good time. And I put in $100 like by the Super Bowl, and it lasted me through the NCAA tournament, which I bet a ton on a ton of different sports throughout that time.
Yeah.
And I did lose all that money eventually. I mean,
but you got $100 worth of fun out of it.
Yeah, and that's really what it's about, I think. People are like, oh, well, if you're just excited about winning money, then isn't that just like you just want money then, right? I'm like, no, it's because like there's a lot of sports that are not exciting.
Yeah.
But I would rather care about them.
Gives you a vested interest.
Yeah, put money on it, then I care. Then I can back a team like Loyola throughout the whole NCAA tournament. And they did amazing things. And I was up a lot, and I was down a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
And I understand why gambling's fun. I don't understand why they have those signs that are like, if you need gambling help, call the gambling hotline. It's like, that doesn't make sense to me. It's like, handle your shit just like everything else. But it's very fun. So I think I might bet on the UFC fight this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's UFC 223 on Saturday night. We're going to watch it.
I heard that, I don't know where I read this, on like 538 or something maybe, but it's like a group of people that like specialize in gambling just on UFC.
Really?
Apparently.
Not me.
I could be completely wrong here.
I don't think I've ever bet on it.
Hopefully none of the listeners go out and like use this as advice to go.
Do it. Listeners, do it.
Yeah.
Go out and use this.
But I guess betting against the favorites in UFC fights over the last, I don't know how many, maybe it's 100 matches or whatever, but like would have netted you like a 10 or 20% profit. Like if you just bet $100 like every single time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense, kind of, because like I bet you still the favorites have won the majority of the times, but overall you would have come out profitable. Because I think this time, I don't know who's the favorite, but I'm pretty sure the guy I'm going to bet on is, and I'm not afraid to say his name, Khabib Nurmagomedov. I'm a little afraid because it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But he's like a Russian dude, and he tears people up. He's a wrestler. There's a couple of Russian wrestlers, and I think they're Russian. Hopefully I'm right on that. But they are destroying. Like, they're so good. This Khabib dude is amazing at fighting. It's nuts.
Steroids.
So, yeah, I don't know. Could be. Could be. But they're pretty good at testing in the UFC, so I kind of doubt it.
Yeah.
But they're just technically like superior to everyone. They're dominant. It's nuts. And when I say a couple of Russian guys, I don't mean because they're Russian, because I'm sure there's a ton of Russian people that can't wrestle or fight for shit, just like there's some good American fighters and stuff like that. So all you PC people, get the hell out of here. But it's, yeah, I'm excited to watch it because that dude is lights out. It's badass. The last fight that I watched, I think, was at your house. The Chris Cyborg fight.
Yeah.
Holly Holm, Chris Cyborg.
That was
pretty
sweet. Good one. That was.
Yeah. And I gambled against you guys in that, but I've never used like a betting website for that kind of thing. Not that I ever do that, since technically I guess it's illegal. I don't do that ever. It's always just friends right. Betting friends. But if I did use a gambling website, then I might try that this weekend. Do you ever gamble on sports? Legally only?
Haven't in a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still do the online poker?
Nope. I haven't done that since college.
We got to play poker sometime. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
My girlfriend would be into it too.
Really?
She can generally only do late nights on Saturday or anytime on Sunday. But like we did like an afternoon Sunday poker tournament. Dude, she'd be in. That'd be a good time. Yeah.
I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, buddy. It's a damn good beer. Well, what else is new, dude?
Oh goodness.
The house doing well.
Yeah.
Your concrete backyard still causing rain problems.
We did get some water in the basement 2 nights ago.
Okay.
So that was unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Not that like we don't have a finished basement. We have concrete floors, so like it's not like the end of the world or anything, but still just gotta like clean it up so that it doesn't get moldy down there and stuff. So
yeah. Did you get a rain barrel like you were talking about?
We did. We don't have it hooked up yet though because we didn't want it to freeze.
That makes sense. Yeah. You don't know. I mean,
it's supposed to be like 28 degrees or something this weekend.
Oh yeah, Saturday. It's supposed to snow. Being in Ohio, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but it's snowing here like every other day, and then it's 45. You know, it gets up to 50 sometimes, 60. You know, and then
Yeah, one random day of 70, and then.
Yeah. It was supposed to be 70 Tuesday, but you know what it did instead of being 70? It snowed. What? It's like so weird. Like, the weathermen just are sitting back in their fucking chairs. They're probably panicking in all reality because they're like, fuck,
they have no idea what's going on.
We don't know what's happening. But they also could just be lounging in their lazy boys, probably playing video games, streaming on Twitch, making money that way, and then they're just wrong all the time. That's my favorite joke to say is the weathermen have the easiest job ever because 60% of the time they're wrong every time.
Right.
You know, they're like, oh, there's a 40% chance that I think it's going to rain today. You know, like.
So have you, I don't understand this Twitch thing. We talked about it a little bit before we started recording, but have you went through this with your listeners already? Can you give me a rundown?
Actually, I don't know if I have. I probably have because I talked to him about it on the sponsorship message, but I will give you a rundown.
Okay.
Twitch is sweet. You should definitely get on it. Do you like playing video games still? You ever play any games?
A little bit. My brother-in-law just made me a Raspberry Pi.
Oh, sweet. That's dope, dude.
Totally paid for all the games that we have on there.
Yeah, no, we've all owned them.
Yeah.
We still have them in our parents' houses, so it's cool.
Right.
As long as you own the cart, it's fine. And you own all the carts.
Right.
I know. But what kind of consoles you got on there? Is it Super Nintendo? Regular
Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, maybe.
That's dope. What's the how did he package it? Like,
it's just in like a normal black case. He bought one of the Nintendo ones that has a power button for himself.
Yeah.
He's like, if you want that option, it's going to cost you $20 more.
That's not that bad.
It's not, but
yeah,
I was cool. Like, I'll pass.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Well, that's sweet for one. But so Twitch is a streaming platform, kind of like YouTube is a streaming platform now.
Yeah.
It houses videos. Basically, you go on Twitch, you make an account, you can stream whenever you want. Like we're doing now, we're streaming to YouTube, but you can stream to Twitch, and it'll either save your videos or discard them. Most people save them. And then you can get fans. People can watch you while you play. There's a chat. There's a chat while we're streaming live on this, but I don't monitor it.
Gotcha.
It's just I can't. How would I do that? Well, I couldn't pay attention to you and watch a chat, and like, even if people are talking on there, like if we get that big, then somebody else will have to be involved.
Yeah,
and that's how it'll be. But you can do that with Twitch too. Generally, when you're playing games, you know, I'll have like the chat over another window, so I make sure if people are in there, I can say some stuff to them. But yeah, you just play video games, and people can watch you play. So people dress it up and do different things. They do kind of like shows, kind of. You know.
Okay.
But most people just play, talk. People like watching.
And you can make money if people watch you play.
Yeah. So people can subscribe to your channel.
Yeah.
And if they subscribe to you, then you start making money off of them. Now,
Gotcha.
you have to get so many views before you can get subscribers. And then once you get so many subscribers, you become another thing. I think it's called a Twitch affiliate. And once you're that, you can start making money. Or so many followers. So there's followers and then there's subscribers. Followers just like you. Like you would like a or like a Facebook post, essentially. Yeah. And then subscribers are paying to watch you. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to a Twitch channel for free, but you have to renew it every month. So with your Prime membership, you can go on, you can be like, I'm going to subscribe to you, and then next month it doesn't work for that channel. You can go back and do it again for the same channel, or you can choose a different one.
Gotcha.
So, it's kind of cool.
Interesting.
But I recommend getting a Twitch account because if you have Amazon Prime, like most people do, you actually get free video games now.
Really?
Yeah, and that's really cool. I don't know how long it's been happening, but I've only been aware of it the last 2 months, maybe 3 months. But yeah, they just announced free games because I guess Amazon owns Twitch now, or they have a partnership. I'm not clear on that. But yeah, they've been offering up free games. Like this month, they had Steam World Dig 2, which is actually a pretty prominent game. It's on Nintendo Switch and some other stuff. It's an indie game. They had Devil May Cry last month, like the original.
So you just play it for 1 month, or
no.
you get access to it, and it's now you own it forever?
Yeah, as far as I know, you own it forever.
Huh.
So there were 6 or 7 games that I got for free, I think. I want to say, and they're not huge titles, but they are maybe $10 to $15 Steam games.
Huh. You play them on PC?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I do. I don't know if there are free Twitch Prime is what they're calling it. I don't know if there's Twitch Prime games that you can get on console or not. It's possible. But so far, I mean, I just use the PC for it.
Yeah, I was just curious. I don't really have a console anymore anyway. I have an Xbox 360, I think, laying around that I used to play DVDs, but that's about it.
Yeah. I have 2 360s. I use for tournaments sometimes.
Yeah.
I wish more, but not enough time, generally. But.
What kind of tournaments? If it's Halo, I'll play.
Well, if it's Halo, we got to get original Xbox, right? I'm down for that. We should do that. Yeah. But, I mean, I wanted to... So, when the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight was happening, I had a big event. Did you come out to that?
No, we were in... we were at Lake Cumberland that weekend. We actually watched that fight on a iPhone 6 on the boat.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Like 13 of us sitting around a little iPhone 6.
That was a fun fight.
It was fun.
Yeah. But we had a theater.
Yeah, a little bit better viewing experience for you guys, probably.
So I wanted to have a tournament then where it was like we had a bracketed tournament of Fight Night round 4? Fight Night round 4. You remember that game, the boxing game?
Yeah.
So that one, and I wanted to go through, have a bracketed champion of that, and then a champion of the UFC, this UFC game I picked up, also for 360. And then I wanted to have the 2 winners flip a coin each round, do like a best out of 5, and you'd switch games, based on who won. Yeah. So nobody would really have a true advantage. But nobody wanted to play that when everybody got there. It was just like beer pong time. So, that's fine, Yeah. I didn't recruit the audience for people who wanted to play video games or be in the tournament. I recruited the audience for people who just wanted to come to the event, watch the fight, have a good time.
That's fair.
So as long as they had a good time, that's cool. Shit, we could have made it a beer pong tournament. Essentially, it was. It's fine with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to do gaming events like that. I think maybe 2 birthdays ago, I had kind of everyone come out. We played video games. And we had all these consoles hooked up, and then we had poker chips. and we were like playing games. You could bet people on the games and stuff like that, and then we had some other stuff built into it. It wasn't thoroughly thought out, so it didn't work great because everyone was afraid to lose their chips and shit. You know?
Yeah.
But it was still a good time, and we've talked about doing it again. We played the one game that was really awesome, and I guess I should preface it with, so we had certain games that were scheduled, and we do like bracketed tournament in, and then every other game that was like around, you could just challenge people to and play for chips, and that's why people were afraid, because they're like, we're already going to lose chips in the bracketed parts. I don't want to lose them here too, stuff like that, you know. And so we ended up playing forever. I think we played for like 3 hours or 4 hours or something.
Nice.
And we're like, and it started at night, so we're like, god damn, we don't have time to do this. But we played Atari Ice Hockey, and that was amazing. Like, it's so fun. Have you ever played that?
I don't know if I played Atari Ice Hockey. I used to play the one on NES.
Oh,
they had like the fat guy, the skinny guy, and the medium-sized guy.
Is that Blades of...
That was just called Ice Hockey.
Oh, really?
That was the name of the game. Yeah.
Okay, and they're like tiny?
Well, they're really tiny.
Yeah.
You have 4 of them, and
okay.
you get to pick your allocation of characters or whatever. You get like a fat guy, a skinny guy, or a medium guy. The fat guys are really slow, but if you run into them, they like knock you over and steal the puck.
Those games are fun. I always want to play like the old basketball games, like Tecmo Super NBA basketball or whatever, and nobody wants to play those, you know, because they're like, oh, it's slow and stuff. I'm like, yeah, it is slow, but it's like that's still good, you know.
Yeah. You're
playing with old rosters and stuff. It's cool, and like it takes you out of your comfort zone. You're not as good, like you haven't been practiced, you know, so you can play with anyone.
Yeah,
I like that. But yeah, so I had that ice hockey game I have, but the Atari one is the most basic thing ever, and I think that's what makes it perfect for a competition like this. Is like you're using the Atari controller, which is the joystick and the one button, right?
Yeah.
And then all it is 2 goals, and you each have 2 players that have sticks. And you only have the one button, right? So the puck goes, and one of you gets it, and then that person can like shoot the puck, and shooting the puck is also passing the puck. Right?
Yeah.
So if you're the back guy, you have a front guy, and you're only moving the back one. No computer's moving the front one. But when you pass the puck and it goes past a certain line on the screen, then you get control of the other guy. Right? And that's how it works. And so if you don't have the puck, the same button that does the shot or the pass is like makes your stick move. Okay. So you're playing defense then. You hit it away.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. It's fantastic. So you're your own goalie and all that stuff, and you just have to like figure out how to do it best and try to juke the dude. It's great, fantastic, a lot of fun.
Yeah, you'll enjoy this. The other weekend, after we had a couple drinks in us, we played Rampart for probably like an hour and a half.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, for real.
That's amazing. Rampart is one of the best games ever, I think. It's so good. Unbelievably good game. On what console did you play it? Was it on the RetroPie? Or?
Yeah, it was an NES game, I guess.
What's the software that's running your emulators? Do you have a separate emulator for each console, or is it one hub? It's controlling everything on the RetroPie.
So to me it looks like one hub. Like when it starts up, it boots up and it automatically runs the RetroPie, and then there's like 5 emulators on the left hand side that I can pick which one I want to.
Okay, so you're just picking the console, and then so RetroPie is the like software, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with the terms out there, emulators are essentially, I mean, they're emulating something that something else did. So it's pretending to be a console. So you're taking the code from a game that's supposed to be played on a certain console and putting it through, the code that console has, which is actually just how they worked.
Yeah. That's
the stupidest way I could describe that. But yeah. So that's sweet, man. I want to play Rampart with you. That's fun.
Yeah.
So
fun.
You can hook up 3 controllers to your thing, or how many?
It has USB ports for 4 controllers.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to get it to play with 4, and we couldn't get it to work. So we got to mess around with like the configuration a little bit and the settings.
Yeah. So we're doing 2? Or?
Yeah, we were only playing with 2. But
does it have Bluetooth?
It does have Bluetooth.
Did you try to hook up a Bluetooth one?
I don't have any Bluetooth controllers yet, but I'm thinking about getting some.
I mean, I guess I do. The PS3 controllers with Bluetooth.
Yeah, I think those will work.
PS4
maybe.
probably is. Yeah. Huh.
I think they were saying that if you have Bluetooth Xbox controllers, maybe those are the best. The problem is that I think you have to have the USB though. No, that can't be right. I don't know. I don't
well,
remember.
It depends. If the drivers, sorry to be boring, but for 1 second, if the drivers for the controllers are on the console, it should theoretically work. Like if Bluetooth controller drivers are there.
Yeah. But
you would probably need that to pick up the controllers.
Right.
So otherwise, it could probably recognize a Bluetooth device but not know what it was.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess. But anyways, more beer, huh?
Sure.
Do you want IPA or Miller Lite?
Whatever.
IPA it is. There you are. You might need a bottle opener for that.
I think we do.
If so, got one in my pocket.
Perfect.
And now we're drinking Stone Delicious IPA, which I recommend because I think it's gluten free.
For real?
Yeah. And
interesting.
Gluten. I don't know. I don't have a gluten intolerance, I wouldn't say, but sometimes I feel like it makes my tummy hurt. It would be awesome to get a real beer sponsor on the podcast. I think that's my dream, my whole goal with this. I mean, that would just be super cool, wouldn't it? To be like, this podcast is sponsored by Schlitz, the beer that makes you shits. Yeah. Cheers. Yeah, this podcast always gets back to video games somehow, and I think that I'm going to just launch a strictly video game cast because I listen to a lot of video game podcasts and I really enjoy them. And for the most part, I mean, they're people in the industry, so they do kind of have insider knowledge, but a lot of times they just talk about shit I know anyways.
Right.
And I don't listen to them for like 2 or 3 days after they're recorded a lot of times, and I still enjoy them, so it's like I'll have that information by then. I just got to do a little more research.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't listen to video games, but with the sports ones I listen to, like a lot of times they'll be talking about like a basketball game that I've already read about on Bleacher Report. Like, yeah. So
Bleacher Report, huh? That's when you frequent?
Yeah, that's where I get all of my Cleveland sports teams articles from.
Nice. When I worked for CD 1025 the last time, I was a morning show guy with Joe Jewett back in the day. One of the people who worked there who did a sports segment wrote for Bleacher Report.
Really?
I don't think he does anymore, but I don't know. But yeah, fun fact.
I always thought a job like that would be interesting.
Yeah, sports writing?
Yeah, sports writing, or like, I don't know, writing stock, not necessarily like picking articles, but like analysis articles or something where you like do a research and it's something that's happening like at that time.
About writing reviews.
Yeah, even that, yeah. But
well, it's funny that you should say that. Because, why? Because I want to start a review website.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's one of the things on my list of stuff to do.
Reviews of like anything? Or reviews of like something specific? Reviews
of anything you want to review. I was thinking it'd be mostly video games, restaurants, movies.
Yeah.
But it could theoretically be anything you want. Basically what we would do is hire a bunch of reviewers, and by hire I mean not pay, but they'd be part of the team. You'd be responsible for so many reviews a month. I would make the website and be one of the reviewers as well. And basically it would just be a form. You'd put all your stuff in, and then it output to the website. That would make it look cool, and then you'd have reviews out there. I mean, we'd all be a team. We could do team events, like go out and have dinner. Yeah. Once a year.
Talk about the things we're gonna review.
Yeah. No, but I think it's a good idea. I actually have the domain name already. I'm not going to disclose it right now because I haven't done any work on it, and there's no reason to tell anybody what it is. But just so you know,
all right,
I'm going to be soon putting out the call for reviewers. So if you are watching this and you want to review stuff and you think you're better than everybody else, that's one of the requirements, then you should comment on this. But you have to be nice and think you're better than everyone else. All right. No dicks. I don't want any dicks on my team.
All right.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm interested then.
Well, sweet. That's cool, man. So you recently moved to the Grandview area, sort of, right? This is where you are. I mean, you're in Grandview proper, I think.
Yeah, I still don't know the difference because I'm a transplant. I'm not from here really, so originally I shouldn't say really because I really am now.
Yeah, but you're from Ohio originally, right?
Yeah.
You're an OG Ohio boy.
Yeah.
Brand new from Ohio.
That is right, but I do not understand the difference between Grandview and Grandview Heights or Grandview proper or any of that. All goes over my head.
Yeah.
I know what bars I live by.
I feel like anyone who yells at you for not knowing that shit is an asshole. Like, because when I lived here 7 years ago, and I just recently moved back to this spot. I got yelled at a lot back then for telling people I lived in Grandview, and they're like, "You're not." When I tell them where I was, they're like, "You don't live in Grandview. That's not real Grandview." I'm like, "Who cares? What do you call it? It's called Grandview something, right? So it's Grandview." If it's not called anything else,
too far north or something.
I don't. Yeah, I guess. But they would be like, "No, that's like new Grandview doesn't count."
Yeah.
It's like if you can't tell me what name it's called that isn't Grandview, then it's Grandview. You gotta not stop talking about it, right?
You're right.
It's insane.
Grandview is a very nice place to live, though. I kind of get it where the people that like grew up here for their entire lives are coming from. Like they probably don't like it expanding, and Columbus in general is getting much bigger, and I don't know.
I get it, but that's a weird, stupid argument to make. Like, you can't say you're from Grandview, So,
but I'm from Glandorf, which is a thing where I'm from. So
yeah. Oh, really? Is Glandorf expanding?
There's a Glandorf Ottawa divide. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So you don't call it Ottawa anymore? Because when I was in college, you called it Ottawa, sir. Ottawa Glandorf.
Maybe I don't know.
So now it's Ottawa or Glandorf.
Most of the time, I would say Glandorf. I might say if the first time I'm like,
you never said that to me in college.
If someone would ask me where I'm from, that doesn't
you right here.
Yeah.
Online.
If somebody would ask me where I'm from, who knows both Ottawa and Glandorf, I'm gonna say that I'm from Glandorf.
Okay.
Somebody who might have heard of Ottawa,
because it's technically larger.
Because it's bigger, I would say I'm from Ottawa. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you say Lima?
No.
It's totally different?
No.
Yeah. I know it is totally different, but I'm like, well, Lima's definitely bigger. So. Yeah. And people have heard of
people
it.
Are going to be out there like Googling Glandorf. It's like 700 people.
This makes me think of this. So what is something that now you say to people, any people at times, that you would say is like an old man thing, or you would consider an old man thing? You know what I'm getting at? So something now that you say, and you're like, after you said it, maybe the first time, or now that you know you say it, you're like, yeah, it's kind of old man-y.
I don't know if I really have any like specific sayings, but I don't know how many times somebody will ask me to do something. I'll be like, no, that's too late. I can't do something that late.
It's too late. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're going to sleep too early now?
Somebody wanted me to watch the it was just the last week, the NCAA basketball finals.
Yeah.
Started at 9:20 or something.
Sunday, right?
This Sunday?
Monday.
Yeah. Oh, one of those days.
It was Monday.
All the days are running together.
Yeah, it was Monday.
But
I watched
it. They said start at 9:20. I was like, I'm gonna be in bed by like 9:45. I'm not gonna be up for that.
That's definitely an old man thing.
Yeah,
that fits.
So that's like definitely the biggest thing.
I've run into
I'm
an
early bird now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like getting up early? What time do you get up?
We usually get up like 6:15. Well, we get up roughly. Jackie and I get up about the same time.
Oh my god, dude! How?
Yeah.
6:15 by choice? What time do you have to be at work?
I really don't need to be until like 8. But it looks better if I come in at like 7:30. Usually get in about 7:30.
Oh, see, not me, man. I can't do that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's part of the thing.
I'm also one of like the first ones to leave though. I'm like a early. Get to work early, get my stuff done,
so
get out of there.
3?
Usually 4. Yeah.
It's not early enough.
It's like count a half-hour break in there or whatever, and that's my 8-hour day.
Not good enough of a trade-off for me. Sorry. Can't do it.
Traffic's better at 7:30 than it is at 8.
Ooh.
if traffic's better at
Whoa.
4 than it is at 5.
Oh, I can't even park at work, so that's not a benefit to me. I got an Uber or bus there.
I get dropped off at the door.
That's fair.
That's a
that's cool. Yeah.
Nice benefit of
Jake
both of us working at downtown. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. That early stuff. I guess I'm not old enough yet. How old are you?
30.
Oh, well, still got
Couple
2 days.
days.
It'll be 2 days before I'm ready for that early life. Well,
no, even I don't know. Like one of my coworkers, he has 2 kids, and he's always up until like midnight.
Yeah.
And he'll walk into the office, and he's like, "Where's the coffee?"
And it's like,
and he has 2 kids, and he stays up till like midnight, and I have no idea how he does it.
yeah.
We have no kids, and I'm like, 10:30 hits, and I'm like, this is way too late for me to be up. Like, we should have been in bed 15 minutes ago.
That's amazing. I'm up till like 1 every night. I can't handle it. I don't know. I'm a night person. I think that's a thing. I don't know. Like, we all used to stay up late, right? That makes sense. But at some point, you decide, like, when do you like to be active?
Yeah.
You know? The problem is that we're all on that old school farmer schedule, you know? And they're like, you got to be up and fucking, like, break of dawn. It's like, well, first of all, I hate that. I'm on a computer all day. I don't need to be up in the break of dawn. I don't even ever see the fucking outside air during the day. Unless I go across the street to go to the plaza to eat lunch.
Right.
If I don't do that, I'm never out in the fucking air. So what does it matter what time I'm not out in the air and staring into a bunch of computer screens? I'll tell you what it matters. Old people that run the old businesses that I work for, and most people work for, they still run on the old farmer schedule.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me.
It's crazy. I'm glad you like it, though. That's cool.
My job.
You like your job?
I do. The stock market doesn't open until 9:30 though, so we could just, like my job in general, we could be a 9:30 team.
Yeah. I'm a 9 o'clock guy. I don't have to get in until 9.
Yeah.
Everybody else on the team
if we got there at 9:30,
9:30, I think.
that'd give us half-hour prep time before the market opens.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really any prep that I need to do because I work in compliance. I don't really work in sales, but I think the problem then is there's an expectation that you work 40-hour weeks, and if we didn't work until 9, then you have to work until 5 or 6, and I surely don't want to do that either. So
yeah, I'm out of 5.
Yeah.
So. Win some, lose some. But if I'm up till 1, who cares, right? I mean, yeah. But that's not working out that great anyways. I like being up till 1, waking up at 8. I'm like, oh, still. I'm like, oh, God, no. Fuck. I'm like, I feel like I'm pulling myself out of my coffin every morning. Like, scraping out this poison from my eyes. Like, oh, God. I'm like halfway to work. I'm like, why is there still shit in here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Try playing like 2 games of softball or something that's mildly active the night before.
Yeah, well, I worked
That's what I did last night.
I lift the weights, you know. I was training for a half marathon recently, but my friend chickened out. He doesn't want to do it now.
Really?
Yeah. Supposed to do it into April. But now we're going to do 10K, maybe? I could do that easily.
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day, I ran 8 miles at 8 in the morning because everyone was coming over here. We were having a big shindig.
That's crazy.
But I just want to see if I could do it, you know, because I went 4 I could do. And then I did 5, and that was pretty good. And I was like, let's try 8. Did 8. I was pretty great, except for it was fucking freezing outside. It was supposed to be like 10 or 12 degrees warmer than it was. But like apparently that warm front took a while to get here. And so I'm running, and I'm just freezing my balls off, quite literally. I almost dropped a couple on the way. I had to put in my pocket. But it's like that's a mile 7. And then my body started quitting on me. My legs were like, I was like hopping a little bit, like that. Yeah. I'm like, oh, here it is. You know, like, oh, I got, but I made it. It was fine. You know, warmed up, had some potato soup. St. Patty's Day was saved. It was fine.
See, I do a little bit of weightlifting, a little bit of running. Something about like playing a sport, even as simple as softball, where you do a movement harder, quicker than what your body's used to, though, and like just like the torque of swinging a bat. Because we played double headers, so I don't know. I ended up swinging a bat like 10 times maybe. Yeah. But like the next day, my abs are sore because like I never do that.
Oh yeah, I played softball last year for the first time ever. I'm terrible. I'm so bad. We're gonna play again, I guess. I'm so bad, but my team needs me because there's not enough people. So I'm gonna play again. You should be on our team for sure. Right. But goddamn, man, I'm really bad at it.
I love playing. I'm not great, but
dude. Well, I'll ask. Maybe we can get you on. But I thought of another question.
Go for it.
We're gonna hop on a different train track here. I read an article today about brunch foods, and I was wondering if you like brunch. Are you a brunch guy?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Do you guys go eat brunch?
No, not really.
Saturdays, Sundays, you're eating a bowl of cereal.
I like the idea. No, we on the week on the week.
Can't commit to it.
Yeah.
Can't commit to brunch.
No, on the weekends we like to make bacon and eggs.
So
at
you do
home.
your own little
hubby
and wife brunch.
Yeah, and we've started getting into coffee a little bit more. So we bought a French press. Yeah. So we go down to is it Stauf's on Grandview Ave?
Yeah. Great. Oh, Stauf's is good.
Great place. Yeah, and tell them that we want our coffee beans grinded up for a French press and make some nice Colombian roast or something, and have bacon from the butcher.
Wait a minute. So you walk down to Stauf's to have them grind up your coffee for one French press?
No.
Okay, I was just making sure. I thought maybe you did this like every Saturday.
No.
And I was like, that's charming, right there.
No.
You're doing some charming.
I did do that one day.
You and your wife holding hands, walking to Stauf's, grinding up your coffee. Let's just pretend you do that. You actually do that.
Yeah. No, I did.
French press.
We didn't go to Stauf's. We went to Brothers. The one, is that what it's called? Brothers or Two Brothers? The one that's
Two Brothers, I think.
Two Brothers.
Yeah.
And then there's a butcher right next door. It's all on the same.
That's true. I am, but
I think I knew that.
Yeah, now I am.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So I got half pound of bacon at the butcher. Peppered bacon.
Yeah.
Very good.
Nice. Is it thick cut?
Thick cut. Okay. Yep. And
on the money.
Some free range eggs from the butcher, which were way more expensive than they need to be.
Yeah. Oh, I just talked to my girlfriend about that because I get the free range, the pasture grown eggs.
Yeah.
It's like $5 for a carton.
They're insanely expensive. Yeah, that's what it was.
Well, she sent me all this media about eggs and stuff.
Yeah.
I told her, eggs are fine. I'm vegetarian.
Oh, yeah. Watch a video of them like.
I've seen all of it.
Yeah, I don't even need to explain.
It's fantastic. It's fine. Whatever.
Horrible.
They get ground up. Yes, I hate factory farming. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I meant more like it's fantastic that it exists and people can show it to me. But I've seen it.
Yeah.
Right. And factory farming is terrible. I'll put this out there right now. I think factory farming is awful. And a lot of vegetarians or vegans do that. Well, one, for health reasons. It is good for a lot of health reasons, but you do need protein. And factory farming needs to stop, but it's the argument of most vegans and vegetarians of why they're doing the thing if they care about the animals, right? Because it's atrocious what's happening. But it's okay to eat eggs because eggs are unfertilized. They're just an animal product, and they just come out. But my girlfriend sent me a bunch of articles about that because she's like, "Oh no, you're so wrong," blah blah, like about eating eggs and how it's okay. Like
unless
these animals
they're
are
free range,
brutalized,
or even then.
No, I think she just wasn't thinking that I was like also thinking about factory farming. And so she sent me a bunch of articles that were telling me, and actually the articles were like, they're not chicken periods like you would say that they are. They're just eggs, they're unfertilized. They pop out in their eggs. They just haven't been fertilized, whatever. And then they said like, a wild hen would have this many, and now down the road they've been genetically altered. So they'll have like 200 or 300, and like in the factory farms, they're like forcing them to have this many and like doing things to make them have that many, and they take their beaks away and shit, and that is terrible. And they kill a bunch of chicks and they grind them up, and it's gross and it's awful. And I don't think factory farming should be a thing, but I do want to eat eggs, and the ones that are raised in a pasture and do have beaks are still laying them eggs. And if we had chickens or hens or whatever at our house, then we could still have them, and they would lay more eggs than a wild turkey or wild chicken. Sorry, I'm making a children's book about turkeys. We would have more chickens and more hens laying more eggs in general than they would in the wild, because they have been genetically bred to do so.
Yeah. And
that just means that, as you know, that they're going to lay more. It's fine. But I don't want to have them here, so I'm going to let a farmer do that. But it's good for protein, and sometimes you need that protein. And yes, you can get the protein other places, but I don't want all of my protein from soy. I feel like that's not good for you. So
my aunt had chickens growing up.
Yeah? Are they disgusting like I think they probably are?
I don't know. I just remember I was pretty little, and I just remember chasing them around the yard.
I think all birds are pretty gross.
They probably are.
Gross, man.
It's probably a good thing I was never able to catch them.
Oh, well, you think you try to eat it live? No. You look like what I think chicken wings are going to be. Yeah, so you do your own little brunch and your own little coffee. I like that. That's good.
Yeah. It's more breakfast. It's early.
More breakfast than brunch?
It's like
because it's like because you guys wake up at 6. That makes sense. Is brunch a time-based thing? I thought it was like an idea.
I think it is.
I think
it could be both.
I think half of brunch is more food than you need to eat, and half of it is what time you're eating it at.
Yeah.
So it's like, well...
It would be really weird if you said you were eating brunch at 8 a.m., though.
Yeah, I think that's true. Because, well, if you're waking up at 6, though, you're going to bed at 9.
That's true.
What's brunch, like 10 a.m.? You're like, I'm easily halfway between. I might be more into the lunch zone. I'm not sure. You're like, 9 is really now brunch for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I also think weird foods come into the mix in that case. But I was reading this, it was a 614 Now article. It came through my email. And they were like, this email will tell you the 10 best brunch places. And I was like, oh, really? You're going to tell me?
Like Catalina's.
They listed that.
I'm sure they did. It's not one of my favorites.
No,
sorry,
stupid.
Catalina's. I do actually like their food.
Yeah, food's not bad. Line's out the door.
Yeah.
They can't mitigate that shit very well.
It's really hard to get seats in there. There's not a lot of seating.
The reason I opened the article is because I wanted to see if the place that I think is easily top 10, if not number 1 in Columbus, was on the list. And it was not. It was not, my friend.
Would I be able to guess it?
I don't think you would guess it.
No?
It's kind of location specific, and I don't know how well they advertise, if like you would just go there.
Yeah.
But goddamn, they have good brunch food. For sure,
yeah. Are you going to share it with me, listeners?
No. No, I might. Yeah, I'll share it. Well, first, what do you think your top 5 are for places that you've eaten breakfast at that aren't your house? Have you?
DK Diner is number 1.
That was on the list, and I'll give them that. Also, another really busy place.
Yeah.
And I feel like they weren't factoring in, like, can you get in to the equation?
DK Diner, you have to go very specific times. Kind of like Catalina's, but I like DK Diner's food a little bit better.
I do think the place that I was talking about has gotten busier, so now you have to get there really, like, as they open.
Yeah.
To avoid the crowd. Which, so that's fair that other places are busy too, but Catalina's, I think, their food's all right.
Yeah.
If I was really, like, I'm thinking, like, you're a little hungover, going there with your friends. This isn't like I come out of there like, yes, fuck yeah, that was amazing. I'm going to go lay on the couch kind of shit, like.
Yeah.
And Catalina's is more like, oh, I had a couple cute things.
Yeah. What are those little donut things? No, they're not even donuts. Never mind. I'm just going to stop. I can't.
I don't know. We need a third party here for that kind of discussion. I'm
right.
not sure. But but so what else? What else you got? DK Diner was on there. They're good. I've had that. Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm trying to even really think where else we go. because like I said, most of the time we
just got to this area. DK's in this area.
Right.
What about Paul's? You ever been to Paul's?
No, I don't think so.
It's a
What's
real
Paul's?
diner type experience. It's a
I've
little
been
bit
to the Sunny Day. I've never been to Paul's.
Ooh, yeah, Sunny Day can't hold a torch. Sunny Day is like corporate side, like Bob Evans.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from that shit.
Okay.
Because you know you're eating all fake garbage. That
Right.
could be a lot of places, but you can tell it's fake garbage at those places. So Paul's is on 5th, over by the Huntington Bank.
Okay.
And like, you know, past the old Giant Eagle and CBS there.
Mm-hmm.
But Paul's is like an old school diner experience, sort of. They remodeled the inside, but all the food's pretty much the same. So if you just want some eggs, some bacon, some omelet, that kind of thing, you know, they're not going to make you the best omelet you ever had, but they're going to give you like a reasonably priced breakfast. They also have pretty decent prices on beers. It's like $4.50 for a craft beer.
Nice.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I recommend that for this area. Press Pub has an okay brunch. I wouldn't put either of those in my top 5.
Yeah.
But if
Press Pub, we've been to a couple times.
Yeah, but if you're in this proximity, it's good.
One that we haven't been to, but people keep telling us we need to go to, is called Superfoods or something, or
Super Chef.
Super Chefs. Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
In my experience, it's mostly waffles and stuff on top of waffles.
Yeah.
Which is not my thing. I mean, when we ate there, it's good.
Yeah.
But, not into it.
Not for you.
It's superhero-themed stuff. And I like superheroes. I'm not trying to bash them. I know I've said several times on this podcast, superheroes, but I'm a comic book guy, so obviously I think they're okay. But I don't need it at breakfast, all right? You don't have to feed me shit.
All right.
Just give me the food, right?
All right, so just give me and Jackie something that we need to go try rather than having bacon and eggs at our house.
Well, I would say the Walrus. Have you been to the Walrus?
No, but it is close to where I work now.
The Walrus is the shit for breakfast.
Okay.
And I think they have a decent regular time menu as well. Although I've been vegetarian for much of the time that I would have thought about eating there during the day. And they like the meat. They like to mix the meat into stuff. So if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you're not going to like it as much.
Yeah.
If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you got to go to Village Taco. They're a pop-up. And actually, if you're not either, Village Taco is fucking dope. They make I'm not kidding. It's insane. Their food is so good. They're a pop-up though, so you got to figure out where they're going to be. A lot of times they're at Oddfellows or they're at this independent bookstore called $2 Radio. Great, fucking fantastic food. But the Walrus, love it. It's amazing, especially if you're a meat eater. They've got like the best biscuits and gravy. It's like mixed with poutine because it's on top of French fries.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, it's so good. Their food will kill you fast, but it's delicious. They have a really good breakfast burrito. They've got a breakfast burger. It's got like eggs and stuff on it.
Might have to check that out.
It's amazing.
I might just walk there during lunch one day.
I think you should. I don't know.
It's right down the street.
I don't know how long they serve like brunch food for. I think brunch is only Sunday, but I'm not sure. But their regular menu has a lot of good stuff on it too. I've been there for that meal, but I can't remember what I ordered. So it's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the article I read from 614 Now,
yeah,
the email service, they told me that their number one choice was Standard Hall, which I think is owned by the Walrus. So that might actually it might be okay.
Yeah.
Could be.
That's a big place.
I don't know.
I'm surprised. Usually like when they have those like best food places, it's usually like some small place, really like hard to get into. It's like Harvest Pizza or DK Diner or Catalina's, or you know what I'm talking about. Like it's always smaller.
Well,
Standard Hall is huge, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's huge. It's on 3rd and High, or close to 3rd and High. And I think honestly, Standard Hall sucks as a bar. I don't like it. I go there a lot because it's right next to Monte Cristo Cigar Shop, so I can get a cigar and smoke it with a beer on their porch,
patio,
which is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's a huge bar. It's really expensive. A lot of shitty young assholes go there, which is fine. That's going to happen. But I don't know. Like the food's really expensive there too, in my experience. I haven't been there for brunch, but all their other food's very expensive. Beers are expensive. Not my favorite.
Yeah.
But their patio is awesome and huge, though. Like,
right.
I mean, it's only awesome because it is huge. But yeah, the cigar shop, if it wasn't there and they didn't have their own cigar shop, then I would not like it.
Yeah.
But,
so then what was next?
Like on my list of 5.
Yeah, or that list of 5.
Their list of 5. They
or
listed
just rattle them.
Well, they listed Catalina's. They listed DK. I can't remember. They listed Standard, and then there were 2 other ones I can't remember. I think Catalina and DK were the first 2. But the other 2, I don't think... Either I hadn't heard of them, or there were places where I knew the breakfast wasn't that good.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck this shit.
So when you go to breakfast, you order, like, what they are known for, or do you have, like, a specific order? Like, I'm getting an omelet, or I'm getting... Like, in order for it to be good to you, does it have to have a really good, like, one specific item, or?
I think, well, in order for it to be good to me is different than I think what I would recommend to people, or at least I would outline that.
Yeah.
Which is something that I think in these restaurant reviews, like, I would much rather have them be like, I love brunch, and that's the article, and then they talk about all the places together. So they can, like, compare them, tell you why, which ones are better than other ones.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like, it's just a fluff piece where they're telling you each individual place and why they like it. But you should be comparing them because you want to go different places for different reasons, right? And, like, I think, for the most part, I always have liked really shitty diners. And that's not why I recommended the places earlier. Because I know most people would go to those shitty diners and be like, well, like Paul's it's no longer the shitty diner it once was, but it still has some of those qualities. Like they make old school diner food. There's a place called Dan's, a place called Tommy's that are more downtown. And those places...
Just a pause, my father-in-law loves Tommy's.
Yeah. Oh, Tommy's is amazing. Well, they look like old school diners and the food is cooked like old school diners. And it's not always that great. There's a place called Grill and Skillet. It is garbage food. You can't even pay with a credit card there. But, like, it's kind of fun to go there sometimes, but you have to know that you're going to get food that's, like, old school diner. It's subpar. You're getting Denny's shit, you know? And, like, real Denny's food, you know? And so it's cool for that reason. Like, it's not Denny's shitty, but it is that kind of nostalgia shitty. But you have to outline that shit, you know? So,
yeah.
I don't know. The Walrus is actually legitimately good food, and everything that I've had on their brunch menu is delicious. The Tavern, actually, on Oak Street, has the same food, pretty much. I mean, it's slightly different, but they're the same owners. Also, great brunch. We just didn't go there as much. I like the Walrus scenery, and it's bigger. So, I don't know. But, yeah, when I'm thinking about it, generally, you know, I know what I want that day. Yeah. I'm like either I could do like biscuits and gravy, pancakes, omelet. Most of the time now I do like a vegetarian omelet since I'm vegetarian, or I'll do pancakes because biscuits and gravy almost always have sausage in them.
Right.
Can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But that used to be my thing at the Walrus. You know, you get the El Morsa, which is biscuits and gravy with like chorizo and French fries. And then you drink like 12 cups of coffee while you're there and talk about stupid shit. That's why brunch is amazing.
No, I do enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Even just going to like a normal place, like I know you bashed on like the chains and stuff, but just like
Bob's.
Like Bob's. That was the one I was gonna say.
Yeah, I still go to Bob's a fair amount. I mean, I'm a brunch dude.
But yeah, you get like six or seven people or whatever. You know, you have a big table. Drink like 5 chocolate milks when you're hungover and like
chocolate milks.
No, that's not when you go when you're hungover.
No, coffee all the way.
I get a coffee, a chocolate milk, maybe an orange juice, a water. I have like a whole spread of things to drink when I'm hungover.
Oh yeah, you like the 3 drinks. You're like, oh, this is one too many.
I spend more on my drinks than my food.
Yeah, we do. Usually we're like coffee, water kind of table, I think.
Okay.
But occasionally we're a coffee, water, beer kind of table.
Ooh.
It's just too many. 3 drinks is too many. You can't negotiate that. It's hard. Yeah. Drinking the wrong ones at the wrong time makes it a bad experience. But you still doing that NBA Jam tournament? You used to do NBA Jam tournament all the time.
Once a year, yeah. I haven't entered in like 2 years.
What are you doing?
The last time I did it, though, there were so many people. I don't know if it was because there were so many people. It was like 20 maybe, but they rented a hall in Ottawa.
What?
They had three different TVs. It was legit. Yeah,
that's amazing.
It was a good time.
I want to play in that again. I got crushed the first time.
Bunch of booze.
I just came in. It was like a day before I knew about it. Can't expect me to master NBA Jam in one day.
Yeah, the two guys that always get first and second they're phenomenal NBA Jam players.
Yeah. Do I know the guys personally that win that? Because I got crushed by.
You would probably know one of them, but not the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. That'll be my new goal.
Yeah.
To win the NBA Jam tournament.
Yeah, I think anybody would have to practice. You're not gonna just walk in.
No.
Even if you think you're good.
Well, I walked in the first time.
Yeah.
It did not go well. Lost a butt. Just kidding, bud. I know you're very good at NBA Jam. Put that out there. Good. But everybody was one thing that really I think changes the game is people were actually picking teams strategically.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let's be this team because they're cool.
Well,
wasn't
I don't know if they did it the year. Okay, so I think they've done it a couple of different times, but like, I know at least one of the times that they did it, we drew ping pong balls, kind of like the NBA lottery draft or whatever.
That's amazing. That should happen every time.
And that determined the draft order, and you actually drafted a team.
Oh yeah.
And you had to use that team unless you beat someone else. So like, let's say I ended up with like a middle round pick or whatever, and I love the Cavs, so I picked the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
But like the best teams generally accepted is more like, the Rockets or whatever,
Yeah.
So if I beat the guy who has the Rockets, then I can use the Rockets after that.
Oh, I like that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But why would you stop a good thing, That's right. Like a hard decision. I like where it's at, though.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck, well, I beat that. So do I really want to beat him? Maybe I was better than the guy. Maybe I was better than the team. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you're just like really good with Mark Price.
I think I would stick with the team I beat the other team with in general. Unless I was like really pissed that I didn't get the one,
Yeah.
So like if I picked the Cavs before the Rockets were selected, I picked the Cavs for a reason, right?
Yeah, clearly.
And I beat it. Even if it was that I like them more, I still beat that other team. I'm probably not going to switch.
Yeah.
You want to read some advertising?
Do I want to?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
You now. You're taking this podcast over when I die. Oh, man. If I can find it. Ba 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 ba. Keep everybody entertained by singing. Oh shit, that's the wrong thing. The wrong card. We will eventually get to advertising, and then we'll leave you people to your own devices.
I should take a picture of you right now.
Why?
That way I can send it to Jacqueline.
Alright, here you can read the Cloud House sponsorship message. It's right there. Get ready for our first sponsor. It's the paragraph.
Oh, you don't want me to read the other activity on here? It's not his internet history. Don't worry, guys.
Porn.
All right. So this podcast is sponsored by Cloud House Makerspace. Have your New Year's resolutions been dropping like flies? Why not add a new one? Join Cloud House and hone your making skills. I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to continue. Cloud House is a maker facility and community with over 300 tools you can use and knowledgeable, friendly members to help you get started on any project you can think of. So cancel that gym membership you aren't using and join Cloud House for only $35 a month. Check the website, cloudhouse.org, for hours of operation and come out for a tour.
That was well done. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I like it. And our one other sponsor is 2-Bit Punks. 2-Bit Punks! When it comes to video games, there is no time like the present. Come and enjoy it with 2-Bit Punks every Monday and Thursday night on twitch.tv/2bitpunks. And remember to subscribe so you can catch all the action, special streams, and extra content. Did it.
All right.
Fantastic.
Thanks for having me.
It was a fantastic show, dude. Thank you for being on.
We'll do it again sometime.
Of course we will. Well, you want to do it again now? Everybody wants to do it again. All right. Well, we'll see you next time. Got to get some outro shit because really, there's just no outro
Thanks
stuff.
to the